and welcome to my online meeting. This meeting, we're going to talk about tips for attending online meetings. That can be a job interview, an online lecture, a chat with your friends. I hope you find this video useful and at least you can learn something new and take some of the tips I'm going to share. First, lighting. As with good photography and video recording, lighting is very important, probably the most important part. It's not the same attending a lecture or an online meeting like this, where you can see perfectly my face and my facial expressions, than other situations like this or this, where you can only see half of my face properly because of the lighting. So to achieve this, make sure you have some sort of lighting pointing at you from behind the device you're using for the call. That will make the image more clear. You can use whatever light you have, like a lamp. Just put it behind the camera and somewhere that doesn't blind you, because you don't want to appear making weird faces or not seeing the slides that someone is presenting because you're blinded by the lights. My personal setup is this that you can see here with natural light, and otherwise I create my own setup just using this lamp here and putting it behind my laptop without pointing it straight to my face. Second part would be positioning. Make sure you are as much as possible on a straight line in front of the camera. I recorded some examples for you. This doesn't look professional. Neither does looking like a teenager taking a selfie. So have that in mind when you're adjusting the angle of your laptop camera. If you're using a laptop and if you're putting your phone somewhere, have that in mind as well. That's in regarding to the position of the camera, but it also applies to yourself. I also recorded some examples of things that you should avoid, like all these situations. And yeah, just as the camera, try to have a straight position, a professional position, as if you were sitting in a real meeting. And yeah, just don't do anything that you wouldn't do face to face, because although it seems very obvious, I've seen so many funny videos of people forgetting that they were in an online meeting. Also, for when you talk, make sure you're looking at the camera rather than looking at yourself. Just like when you're talking to a friend and you're looking into their eyes. Also, it's a distraction to see yourself, because maybe this hair is not like I wanted it to be, or my necklace is not correctly placed, whatever. It's always more engaging for someone to watch someone talking when it appears as they are talking to you looking at the camera, than not if I'm talking like this, or if I am typing something on my laptop. It's always better and more like a real life situation. The next topic is related to the background. The perfect background would be a simple plain one, but everyone understands if you don't have that, because everyone is having these meetings at their home. So yeah, it's understandable, but if you can, try to make it nice. It's always nicer to see your classmates in a nice setup, as if you were being in class, than someone in their pajamas in bed. Try to find a spot in your house, a location where you can be comfortable and where people won't disturb you. Avoid distractions as much as you can. And these virtual backgrounds, they are very funny, and if you're having a chat with your friends, go for it, but they are fake, and also sometimes when you move it can create some sort of distortion. And then when I see someone with a virtual background, I'm imagining like such a messy room behind them, that for me that's directly not professional at all, because I'm thinking these people wants to hide something. Let's talk about your personal appearance, because that's also important. Of course, it will depend on the type of meeting. It's not the same a job interview than meeting your friends or going to a lecture. But for me, the key is to think, what would you wear if you were going in person to that meeting? Just as you won't go in your pajamas to class, I wouldn't do it in an online meeting. Just adapt to the situation using your logical mind. Personally, I like to wear plain clothes. You will only see this part of myself. Try to avoid this type of clothes where it looks like I'm naked, even though I'm not. For casual meetings, I would go for like a plain white t-shirt or black t-shirt. And if it's something more serious, I would go for a shirt or a blouse. I like to wear clothes that don't look like I put a lot of thought behind it, because at the end I'm home. In my opinion, don't go over the top, but also care a little bit about the meeting. Sometimes just like dressing a little bit for the part puts you more into the situation, makes it more real somehow. You know they are gonna see this part of yourself, so take care of that little part of yourself. You don't need to take care of the rest. If you're wearing something that is not appropriate or doesn't look good with the top that you're wearing, just make sure that you don't stand up to go for a cup of coffee or stand up to pick your charger, because that would be another of the online meeting fails that I've seen. So, in conclusion, find your spot in the house, try which lighting is better, and select the best angle, and take care of this part of yourself. If you want some tips on makeup for online meetings, at the end of this video I've included a small makeup tutorial for what I would do. Otherwise, it was very nice seeing you here. Thank you for attending my online meeting, and goodbye. I've always wanted to say this. Welcome to my makeup tutorial. We're gonna start applying some concealer under the eyes and in the areas where the light hits directly, like the nose and the chin, and also in our imperfections and red areas, like the sides of the nose. Then we're gonna blend everything in and apply some mattifying powder. This is very important because we don't want any weird shines into our meeting. Also, don't apply highlighter for the same reasons. Apply some bronzing powder though. I use it on my cheeks and also on the forehead to pretend I've been hanging out in the sun. I also pinch the brush to contour my face a little bit, to mark my cheekbones, and also on the nose. Then with the same bronzing powder, I also use it on the crease on my eyes, just to add a little bit of shadow and shape. I use a very thin winged eyeliner, but you can use any pencil in any color you usually use. For my eyebrows, I fill them in, fill the gaps, and also brush them a little bit, but again, use whatever you usually use on your brows. And finally, what I consider very, very important for these online meetings is to use some mascara to open up your eyes and don't look like you just woke up. Put some setting spray, let it sit, and that's it. You've got it. You're ready for your online meeting. Thank you for watching. Bye!